Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Lucky for us, the stinger definitely doesn't play audio from the cast as it's coming in. Oh, so you would have heard something totally embarrassing. Kidding! Welcome back to Encounter Roleplay, everyone. It's time for another episode of Zweihander Blackhearts, and we're back with the crew today to jump into the duel and get up to no good with some more political intrigue and no doubt some more shenanigans along the way as well in this dark world of penumbra that we're all living through. So let's go around the cast and crew. Let's remind ourselves of who we are and who we will be playing tonight. Let's start with Kimmy. How's it going tonight, Kimmy?
Hi, it's going very well, thank you. I'm so sad that everyone didn't hear my proclamation of tits before we started, because I thought it was a good one.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was around the money.
I am playing Danny, who is a human fop, so she's kind of a little party girl, and I am so excited that I suckered some guy into proposing to me, and now he's going to duel and maybe die because he's a jerk.
Yeah.
And maybe die. Yep, that's the natural conclusion to engagement. As I'm swiftly learning here. Doxy, how's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going. How are you doing, Will?
I'm doing great, thank you. I think you're the first one that's asked me. And so you win 10 bonus points.
Wow.
That's me, the bonus point haver. I'm Doxy. I play Persephone / Hilda / Bangers. She's a tricky little bitchy, and I'm looking forward to this evening, seeing Will duel himself.
Oh, not for the first
His
time.
His balls are
Certainly
dangerous.
Yeah. It's just going to be a lot of me back and forth. Oh, well done, Will. Oh, no shit. Sidebar, I was a really lonely kid, and I owned a little pool table, and I would have to play pool against myself because I had no one else.
Pool is an easy sport to play by yourself. You know,
oh, it got easier.
Like when you're really good at it,
sadder
like
story
when
if
you're
it
on
were
the other team
tennis.
to do it behind your back with to try to impress your other half.
It's tough to say. I was very good.
Better than ping pong alone.
It was a very close match every time. Much is true. Ruben, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Unfortunately, my job has scheduled me in an awkward schedule, so I'll have to duck out early. But I'm very excited to get going, so I will really quickly tell you that I am playing Nicholas Rattenby, the human Bravo, good with a sword, sharp with a tongue, decent in a social situation, better in a fight. And we'll see if that becomes relevant here going forward in this tense situation.
Absolutely. And of course, we have Lydia with us tonight. Lydia, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for asking, Will. Okay, I play
I like to check in, just make sure you're doing okay every week. I worry.
You're so sweet. I always forget what to say. I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. I know you're doing well, Will. We just heard. So, moving along. I'm playing Polaris. She is an elf astrologer and shouldn't address people alone without backup from the party.
I think you did great.
You do.
I really appreciate you always saying that, but I still feel bad. And Will makes me feel bad, so.
I'll tell you what,
it's fine, then.
Even if you had not done well, that's okay, because this is a combat system.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, you're real pretty, so it's okay. You can just keep on messing up because you're cute.
Thank you.
That gives you some leeway.
Yeah. That
Noted, guys. Thanks.
Wow, this is really motivational and supportive today. I super
That's why
feel
I come
comfortable
every
with this.
Friday, it's just for this.
Yeah. It's just kind of emotionally revealing, psychologically, vulnerable with one another while we play Zweihander. But before we get into today's game, before we get on to the real psychology session, I'll remind you guys of a couple of things. The first of which is, of course, we're sponsored here today by Zweihander. If you haven't checked it out, go to grimandperilous.com to check out Zweihander RPG and all the fun, dark fantasy fun that you can be having over there with your own friends. You can go get a PDF, you can go get the core rulebook, which is well over 600 pages packed full of good darkness. So check check that out over there. And of course, you can play Zweihander on our virtual tabletop of choice here at Encounter Roleplay, which is of course fantasygrounds.com. Right now, they've got a crazy Kickstarter going on Fantasy Grounds Unity. You can use the link, which I'll throw down there in a second, to get over to the Fantasy Grounds Unity Kickstarter. I want to see exactly how much it's on right now, as the moment of recording is just over £150,000 has been raised in the first couple of days of Fantasy Grounds Unity. So if you haven't got to check it out, I'll drop it here. That's the link you can go check out, and that's the basically new version of Fantasy Grounds which will be coming up. Right now, you can download it for free on Steam, which is, I guess, the core version, which is out now. Unity is going to be the section new version coming out. But definitely worth checking out and getting yourself familiarized with Fantasy Grounds before Unity launches. What else? TabletopLoot.com are our sponsors for Dice. If you haven't got a retweeted this tweet yet, go ahead and do so. When we get 20 retweets, we will give away a set of dice. That's what we do to you guys in chat. On sponsor at TabletopLoot.com. So go over there, check it out. Some good shit. WhenTheGames.co.uk is a go-to destination for tabletop, war games, board games, and more. You can get up to 20% of the retail value over there. I stopped taking sponsors, so I don't have to speak for so long. There's the donate button. You can give players that 1% 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. But let's head into today's game of Zweihander by reminding ourselves of what happened last week on the show. The party are at the Chapmire spring ball, and they've got themselves into a spot of trouble, and they got themselves out of that trouble quite handily last week. They've been speaking with Renfred, who is the regent of Einem, the city that they're in, and they sort of revealed some things to him last week, and they sort of opened up with him, told him what he wanted to know about the situation with the masked folks, the witch hunters, and most importantly, revealed the coup that Sir Patrick Chapmire has been attempting with the aid, so he thinks, that he solicited from the party members to try and oust Sir Renfred from power, take it for himself, and rule over the city. They sort of told Renfred about this, and through some deception at the end of the episode, managed to get Sir Patrick to propose to Danny for her hand in marriage. This ended up backfiring a little bit, as he had believed that Sir Renfred had asked for Danny's hand in marriage, and so did so to sort of contest him. Her honor was called into question, as was Sir Patrick's, and Renfred has said that he will defend the honor of the good lady Danny in a duel, because Sir Patrick has claimed that she's nothing more than a peasant, and has tricked him into trying to propose to her. But that's where things stand. They've gone outside to have a duel today. So Renfred, the slightly older knight who's regent in charge, Sir Patrick the young, and apparently never before defeated in a duel, Chapmire. So it's going to be a feisty little fight today. And so I decided, when I was thinking about doing this episode, I thought, man, how boring would it be if I just rolled for NPCs the whole time? How much more interesting would it be if for tonight's episode our characters were not their characters, and instead took on the roles of our NPCs in the duel. And so it looks like we have two teams here. It strikes me that on one side we have Kiri and Lydia, on the other side we have Doxy and Ruben. And so the two of you in different teams will be taking on the role of the NPCs, and together you'll be deciding what actions they take, checking their HP and such, while your characters watch on in the duel. And therefore, I rid myself of needing to roll myself and merely watch you try to murder each other.
Do you genuinely expect us to hurt each other when we could be working together to hurt you instead?
Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why, because you will be playing as Sir Renfred and Sir Patrick Chapmire. So Kimi and Lydia are Sir Renfred. Doxy and Ruby take on our villain for today as Sir Patrick. And so the two of you will control the one character. You'll make team decisions with one another about what swing to take, what actions to use, and how best to kill your opponent. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing now is sending via our Twitter chat the stat blocks of our two different characters.
Oh my goodness.
The first one is Sir Renfred.
diabolical, by the way.
Yeah. How very dare you?
You guys should just make Patrick like stab himself. Like
Right.
he had a change of heart and stabs himself in the eye.
But I want to win. I want to win.
No, Doxy, no.
It's all about winning.
I don't want to hurt you guys. I just like winning.
Yeah, it's a
Pretty
competition
good.
now.
Good.
The winning team gets to take away the prize, which is we'll give you some bonus XP if you win. You know, that seems fair.
Wow.
Bonus XP, and of course it will affect the
Now I
game.
really
If Sir
like
Patrick-
winning.
If Sir Patrick wins, then oh boy, that could spell
Oh
the
boy.
end.
I mean, honestly, for us specifically as the Blackhearts, I'm pretty sure it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
that
Well,
maybe Sir Patrick doesn't really trust us anymore.
No way.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, you're.
That bridge might be burned.
I burned that bridge.
Right.
Yeah. But hey, it'll be fine. It'll totally be fine. I totally believe in you guys.
And the good
I'm
news
just
is
saying-
that the good news is that Kimmy has a 20 to roll for Renfred, and we don't.
Hey,
So-
there you go.
If you want to waste it on Renfred and not on the... No, I'm kidding. All right. So,
Renfred's a cool dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
I
if
give you
that's
guys
a
a minute
waste.
to. I give you guys a minute to like familiarize yourselves with the sheets that you're looking at here, and,
Okay.
and set the scene for what's actually happening in the story as things stand. Now, Sir Renfred and Sir Patrick have both stepped outside, and a crowd has gathered in the courtyard to watch, because this is going to be quite the event. Not necessarily the event of the century, but certainly the event of the year is happening right now, as these two political opponents are squaring off against one another. Sir Patrick is tall and very powerful as well. He's in his prime, very fit despite all the drinking that he's been doing tonight. And, of course, Sir Renfred is the more wise combatant of the two, who's survived several different wars at this point and fights a bit more like a Blackheart, I suppose, than maybe Sir Patrick does. The two of them, the crowd sort of marking out the area of combat is no more than a 30-foot circle within to duel, with no remarkable landscapes or terrain features in there. It's a level playing field, which certainly seems fair, at the very least. Now, it is a duel, which they have decided. Duels typically will be until someone yields, so it may not necessarily result in someone's death. However, if someone dies during this, it's totally legal for them to be killed as well. So, for instance, if they, the blade nicks someone's neck, then so be it. That's going to be what happens. But usually, it's when someone will be reduced, in this case, to 0 HP or grievously wounded, perhaps, and then you may decide to yield at that point. But hey, if you land a critical hit and it ends up that you kill your opponent, that happened. So yeah. So Kimmy and Lydia, you guys are Renfred once again, and Doxy and Ruben are Sir Patrick here. We obviously have to start off this duel as the two of them face off against one another with a roll to initiatize.
Roll for
some
initiative.
combat here.
all right.
Yeah.
Before we get
I know
to
what going
before we embody our new roles, I want to specify what Nick is doing and where Nick is hanging
Sure.
out. I want to get to Alicia as best I can, and ask if there is basically as we're walking outside, be like, so you got anything readily available for me? For trade or purchase, buy or sell? I think I might need it.
She nods and says, if it's for helping out Renfred, then it's free. If not, I'm afraid I don't have anything.
Let's assume the former.
What do you need?
Whatever you have. The most deadly option.
She sort of opens up her like coat jacket and shows you an array of knives and daggers there.
Okay.
That's all I've got right now.
I'll take something that looks like it has the finesse property.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll decide that later.
I'd like to also remind you that Persephone was rubbing goose fat between her fingers.
Yep.
Because she's like weird and kinky and just like into it.
She just really gets down with goose fat, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't blame a girl. So whatever.
Okay. I guess we're doing this thing.
Lube.
Yeah. So you can decide on a roller for your team if you want. If one person's going to be rolling.
That would be Ruben.
So you can take it in.
Got it. I got it. I'm on it. Here's me rolling. They see me rolling. Okay, so
it's a D10 plus your initiative on the character sheet, which for Brentford I think is a +8. It's actually for both of you is +8.
Yeah, +8. Okay.
Just
Oh,
one
we're both
D10.
rolling because we're doing initiative.
Either of you can roll, so you can just decide on a roll as D10 plus.
You want to start? You want to trade off back and forth?
I'm quick.
Sure, I'll do the first roll. Bam.
Okay, so it is St. Patrick who acts first.
Patrick is gonna go first. All right. Well, Patrick being the head.
Move action away, seeing as you guys are like start off a little ways.
Patrick is a headstrong individual, a little bit reckless in his movements. He's armed with a pike, which Nick is very familiar with, and a misericord, which I think is like one of those coup de grace weapons. It's basically like a pointy stick. So I will stay a yard away and pike him.
Yeah, misericord is basically looks like a short sword stiletto. Yeah, stiletto type dagger.
Got it. Cool. So I'm gonna maintain the distance and stick him with the pointy end.
Alrighty.
So let's roll.
Oh, nice.
That is what is my attack?
So it is the percentage on the pike, which is 60%. So it's a miss.
So I did not get there.
Not quite. Couldn't quite get there. So Renfred parries off the pike blow, moving in with his own saber. So Renfred, what do you guys like to do?
So I will roll his attack with the saber. He parries, draws his sword, and tries to get all stabby on Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that is
Just missed.
Just a miss, unfortunately. The two of them trade blows. So Patrick brings up the pike and managed to turn it aside. The crowd roars in exultation as things are clearly getting quite heated here. Back to Sir Patrick.
Okay. Before I want in the madness, Nicholas is gonna make it over to Hilda. Be like, what are we doing? What's happening now?
Shush now.
Okay.
I'm concentrating.
Mm-hmm. And I will shush now. At which point, in the moment, Sir Patrick will. Now it's closer combat, right? So the pike can be used to engage, but he has to sort of rearrange himself a little bit. So he'll go for another attack.
It doesn't matter because Persephone is going to cast.
Yes.
Uno momento. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
cack-handed weapon, or cack-handed grasp, I mean. So if you were looking at Persephone, which I doubt anybody is in this moment besides maybe Nick, she takes her hand and kind of just presses it down in the air like that. It is an instant spell, and on success, one foe immediately drops what they're holding on the ground. That would be Sir Patrick.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I'm sacrificing our XP to make the man that Persephone wants to win, but that's what Persephone.
So you will need to make an incantation roll to make sure that succeeds on casting the spell.
I'm also going to charge it, so I'm going to have to roll some chaos dice.
How many chaos dice do you want to throw in there? Twice.
2.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
And my incantation is...
I love the chaos. Imagine.
A 60. So this will take it up to an 80.
80.
Nice. Good.
Oh, thank God I did that!
Oh my goodness. So Patrick's pipe stumbles from his hand in his grip with sweaty gloves that he's wearing. And you have to roll 2d6, and you're looking for anything other than a 6 here, Persephone. Otherwise we get a chaos manifestation. Which is my favorite thing. Let's do it. Roll the 6. Oh, so fucking close. 2 5s. Oh boy.
Tempting fate there.
He's gonna walk up to him and hand him his weapon.
Right.
And be like, you dropped that, and touch him on the shoulder. And I'm kind of holding an action right now.
Ooh.
Okay, so people are starting to shout at you to get out of the like the combat arena. It's sort of like a faux pas to be involved in the combat while people are swinging. So you don't have long there. Probably you'll get to do something next round, and then you have to move out before people like drag you out.
Perfect.
Okay.
She's just like, I'm just a barmaid. Don't know no fancy.
Get out of there, barmaid! Get her out of there! You know, those kind of shouts are starting to happen. It's Renfred's turn then.
I will roll for him.
Yes. Oh, that's a hit.
Bam. What do I roll now?
So it does 6 damage base because he's an NPC, but you get to roll a fury dice as well.
Nice.
Okay. So that is
D6.
You said 1d6.
Yeah. Okay. So it does 7. The damage threshold for our boy Sir Patrick is actually 15. So I think he doesn't move up a step on the track at that point. Is that right? Damage threshold is 9. Yeah. Oh no, my connection's really shitty. I probably misheard anything that was said in the last 10 seconds. So.
No,
I
you're good.
didn't say anything.
Okay. So the slice cuts into Sir Patrick, but seeing as it does actually draw blood, we do have a Wild Magic Surge, which comes into effect here, which maybe a few of you guys remember from last week, which is that whoever, I think it is whoever, let me read it just to make sure it's whoever draws. Next person nearby to draw blood is whisked away.
Oh no!
So as this happens, Sir Renfred strikes with a saber up on Sir Patrick's sort of forearm, draws a bead of blood, and it is though Sir Renfred is dragged down into the earth and pulled through the earth by something. And he is gone.
No.
Suddenly there is pandemonium and chaos. And people start screaming and yelling.
Does he leave behind anything?
No, the weapon that he was holding comes with him, his armor comes with him. He is gone. And
Patrick
immediately
is a
there are
witch.
pictures of witches!
Right, that's exactly where I was headed.
Yup.
Sir Patrick, you warlock!
Persephone fades into the crowd.
Alright, it's
Does
time
he
for
have
all of you
papers
to roll
to do that?
initiative. because Sir Patrick, I'm not a warlock, and he starts swinging, and he's coming for you, for a group of you who are calling warlocks.
Yep, I'm in there, ready to fight this guy.
Oh man.
Oh, I sure am.
Oh damn!
Look at how
boy.
no, I am.
Damn.
I went first in other games.
My first next week's game as well.
And
Yeah.
this is why Ruben was rolling for us.
Right, there we go.
Boy. Okay.
Man,
so
I wish we had gotten one stick in with Patrick, but
Right.
them's the breaks.
What's Nick's initiative? sir?
18 is
Oh,
my
boy.
initiative.
Stephanie.
Oh, sorry.
So we all-
I
We're all
should've
Yeah,
been
or on
looking
initiative
for
because
that.
he's about to.
That's
Oh,
gonna
it's
end
a
up being like
D10?
a 5, I think. Yeah, a D10,
D10
plus your initiative.
yeah.
I cannot find my initiative.
So it's
This
a
happened last
D10
second.
plus plus
8.
3 plus your. Oh wow, high perception.
What was it overall? Sorry.
Wait,
Is it,
it's
an
initiative. My initiative is 7.
Okay, so
So 8
17.
total.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you rolled a 1. Sorry, I thought that was. Looking at the
So
wrong
yeah,
dice.
8 total there.
In total for
It's
Stephanie.
3 plus your perception. Oh, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm 8 plus 10.
Ooh, wow.
So 8, 9, 10. So I'm 11.
11 from Polaris, 14 from Danny, and you have a higher one than Sir Patrick, so he's actually going to go after you. So the total will be Nick, followed by Danny, Sir Patrick, Polaris, and Persephone. As Sir Patrick, in his drunken stupor after being shouted at and called a witch, rounds on the group that he blames for this. You! I will have your heads for this, you traitorous... And he launches towards you with his sword. Actually, the pike
He
is...
He has higher than me?
No, it's Nick. It's your turn, but that's just the
Oh, okay.
description of
Phew.
the combat
Jeez.
initiative, yeah?
That's
Gotcha,
the flavor.
Got the flavor.
Flavor of the
Awesome.
day.
So, what kind of weapon you think this is? If I saw a Mongosh, I would have reached for that.
Sure, Mongosh.
Okay, I have a Mongosh. I have Alicia's Mongosh. And I will attack with it. I will step in front of my compatriots into the dueling circle and say, I didn't see any papers for that sort of magic, good sir, and take a stab. And that's going to be a success for me.
Okie dokie. Give me that damage.
Okay. This is... Sorry. This is just a 1d6, right? Die plus my bonus.
What's your bonus? Yeah.
So 10.
10. Alright, it's enough to take Sir Patrick up a step on the track as you cut him pretty wide open here. Let's get on to it.
Excellent.
Dang.
Yeah,
And
you
I
wound
will-
him again.
And I will immediately go into my fencer's fighting style, staring him down.
I will have your head, peasant! Danny, it's your turn.
So I imagine I'm away. Well, so how far away is he from me right now?
So there's a crowd, let's call it 30 feet at this point. So a decent enough distance where you wouldn't want him to be super close to him.
Great. Yeah. Oh, so that's, yeah, 10 yards. So I'm gonna move forward. I have a movement. 6. My
Oh, it's
movement is
yards,
6.
isn't it? Yeah, you're a move away from him if you wanna get to him.
Well, I want to throw a knife at him, but it's 6 yards, and I'm 10 yards away.
Gotcha.
So can I move
so yeah, you
4
can move and then
yards?
throw. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to move the 4 yards I need to get there, and I will throw my knife that I have. I said I pinned it to like my thigh, or I did like a thing that you put on your leg. I can't think what those are called. Okay. So. Garter. That's what it is.
Yeah, in his words.
31.
That looks like a hit to me.
Yeah. So it says the damage is 3.
Plus your fury dice because you're a hero, so it's a d6 as well. And the 6 is
Explode. Yeah.
explode. Yeah.
Right. 6 plus 3. 4.
Okay. The dagger sinks into his heavy chest. His heavy armor on his chest, really. His chest isn't particularly heavy in and of itself. And it sinks in there, but he doesn't seem to... he barely notices the dagger in there. And seeing you looks to move closer towards you. So you've thrown that dagger. He's going to step in, and try and get you with the pike. You peasant wench! This is the last time you fool me! And he's going to try and hit you. And that is a hit. And it deals a total of 9 points of damage to you.
Woof.
Oh, that seems like a lot.
Feels like a lot. When it stabs you as well. So again, based on your damage thresholds, you'll go down a condition track, depending. So if your damage threshold were, let's say 4 for this case, and you would go down 2, because it might be like 8. So it will have like, you'll have like, for instance, 9, 15, 21, 27. If it gets into the second one, then you go down 2 steps on the track. If it just hits the first one, then you go down 1 step on the condition.
So it's funny that you said 4, because that's exactly what my damage threshold is.
Yay! Okay, what's the second step on it?
10.
Okay, so you only go down 1 step, seeing as you didn't quite get 10 damage on you, then you've got that 2. So you just go from unharmed to lightly wounded. Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Jeez.
Saves an AP to try and parry. It's Polaris, your turn.
Polaris would like to run up and touch Persephone and cast augury on her.
Okay, what does that do?
So if I successfully cast it, she automatically succeeds at 1 skill test of their choice, and when she succeeds, it's always a critical success.
Nice.
I love my best friend! Sorry,
My girl. All right. All right, so my willpower is super high now. Haha. It's
Nice.
super cast.
Super duper cast.
It's so cast.
Alrighty.
It's my
Does
turn.
it look like anything? Does it have a like a
It does.
visual
in fact.
effect?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I run up and I touch her with it and the spell goes off, it looks like she's surrounded with like a nebula for a second.
Cool. Very cool.
She has papers.
Stephanie.
It's okay.
So
I do have
Hello. I have a question,
It's your
Will.
turn.
What does this arena that we're in look like? Is it like a concrete ground, cobblestone? Like, what are we working with here?
Cobblestone. Yeah, cobblestones we're looking at.
All right. And in between the cobblestones, would there be like dirt, sand?
I guess
Grass.
concrete would be what put it together and a bit of dirt, yeah.
Okay. All right. Damn it. Okay. I am gonna run up and stab that mother brother. I'm just gonna stab him.
Okay.
Give it to him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That is a fail.
That's a miss. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Never mind. You still have an AP left that you can save to try and parry, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for sure.
Okay. Yeah, as a reminder as well, we have 3 HP. You save them for the turn they don't stack. So on and so forth. It's round 2. Nicholas Rattenbury.
Wait! She just put Augury on me. That automatically succeeds and crits.
Right.
We just totally forgot the spell that this second got cast.
She literally just did.
Auto
Like
crits.
45 seconds.
This is
I
what
didn't
you
want to
should
bring
do,
it up.
Sandy.
I didn't want to bring it up.
No, that was me being a dumbass.
You
So
guys
the
are
next
gonna
spell
remember
you
it. Remember this
cast,
shit.
the next spell you cast auto crits, right?
Yeah. The person that I
Oh,
touched, the next.
Spell?
No.
Test. The next
Test.
the next
test.
thing
Next
that I
skill
had to-
test. The next skill test of her choice, I
Okay.
think is what it was.
Is a combat roll a skill test? That's now what we have to figure
I
out.
believe
as well.
so.
I think you're right.
I think it is.
Well, I mean,
Hang on.
combat is a skill tree, right? So
Yeah, because in this game, yeah, it's a martial melee attack. Yeah, which is a skill. Yeah. I was
Right,
just
so-
making sure I didn't get confused because, like in D&D, there are attack rolls and then there are like skill checks, which are different things. But yeah, that would make sense.
I don't
So,
know
crits,
what a crit hit does, but here's
crit
my
hits
D6.
have additional effects. So he might be. I would describe how he might be like lose an eye or yeah. Okay, so the base damage on a dagger is 3, I think.
3.
Oh, I used my
plus-
stiletto, so it's 4.
Okay,
There
4
we go.
plus the 3 is the 7. Okay. So you stab into him, but seeing as it's a critical effect, you wrong foot him as well. So like stab him in the thigh and his leg gets like stuck, he just can't move it while the tendons are being torn apart by the dagger. And for this round, you have a plus 10% to hit him on attacks this round.
Hey.
Which will be useful because it is round 3 and Nick's turn.
I'm gonna put him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
He's staggering. He's wrong-footed. I'm gonna knock him out because I don't particularly want to be murderous. I mean, I would have been happy if they kill each other, but I don't really want to kill this guy in front of everybody. So I'm.
Okay, so
I
it's
mean,
in athletics.
that's what Nick's doing. So, athletics.
Yeah. And he has to resist
that'll
the athletics.
succeed.
And he athletics for him. Oh man, he failed by 1. Oh no, it's plus 10 to it, so it's actually succeeded by 9. So he's a flat success.
Well, doesn't
How
doesn't
many
he?
degrees
But
of success?
doesn't he? Isn't he flat-footed?
So it gives a plus 10% to hit on attack rolls against him. The chokehold will give you the plus 10 on it as well. So basically that means that you have more degrees of success than he does.
Okay.
Basically more 10 percentages than he does. So he gains some peril. Not a whole lot.
Yeah,
But he
so-
will be...
He's going to suffer 1d10 plus my brawl peril.
bonus, yeah.
So he's going to take 5.
Okay.
5 peril, and will continue to take peril on my turns while it's maintained. So
Okay.
I'm on this guy's back, or is he
Right.
tackled, or what?
Yeah, you've got him. I mean, like a chokehold. You've got him in like a noogie, I guess. Then you're like
Well,
choking him out.
I want to be
as he
behind
goes.
him. I want to be on his back.
Okay.
I don't want to be in stabbing range. Unless it's going to be very difficult to like stab over his shoulders.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, he's got a pike and he's got. You'd have to switch to the dagger to stab. I mean, he could probably stab you if he gets a dagger and he just like stabs backwards. He's probably going to be able to hit something there, but it's going to be more difficult at the very least.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my last. I'm going to use my last 2 action points to use the take aim action, and using my fencer's panache, force him to resist a disarm.
Okay. What does he have to roll to resist a disarm?
Let's see here. Disarm. Make a coordination test. You have to force. You must resist coordination or be disarmed.
Okay, so his coordination. Let's roll a d100. He does resist a coordination.
Okay. Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. Nice try, though. That takes us to Danny's turn.
So I only had the one dagger pinned to my thigh. I'm not wearing my gloves with my knuckle duster. Is unarmed strike a thing in this game?
Yeah, it totally is.
I don't have it on my sheet, so I don't know
I can find it.
So there are different stunts you could try and make as well. You could try and stunning blow him. You give him a dirty tricks so he couldn't dodge or parry.
Oh, that's right. There's a whole thing in here.
You could try and disarm him.
Yeah, you can throw sand in his eyes. You can try to disarm him.
I want to kick him in the balls.
All right. Is that a dirty trick? Maybe you want to try that?
I feel like that's a dirty trick. Make a guile
so you
test.
you make a guile test.
All right. Guile is fellowship. All right. Oh, 51, and I have 2 advances. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I don't see any stats for kick him in the nuts in the book.
Sounds like a dirty trick.
I do see Bollock Dagger, which is apparently a thing.
Control that.
So mine is
Search Bollock.
Mine is 20, so 38.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that a success for you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. He must resist awareness, or he is blinded. Blinding pain in his
blinded
balls.
from my...
Blinding pain. Yeah, he's got that seeing stars.
Oh.
Yeah, he must resist awareness. His awareness is plus 10.
Oh, that's real
He rolled
low.
43. 55 is his awareness. So he does succeed, unfortunately.
Oof.
So you guys are like you choke holding him, you kick him in the balls. He's making mad resists left, right, and center right now.
Sure. I mean, he's a battle-hardened veteran.
No.
Yeah. No, what's happened?
I crit. I'm using my 20.
It's a 20.
I'm using my D20.
So, yeah, will that 20 turn into him failing the roll, if that makes sense? So, yeah. He is now blinded for... Let's see how long it's for. He is now blinded. He can't counterspell, dodge, or parry until his next turn. And we'll make that his at the end of this turn, he'll be able to... He is blinded now. I guess he's going next. Okay, so... He will act, but he's currently blinded. I always actually look up the blind condition.
So blinded just means that he cannot counterspell, dodge, or parry.
Okay, that's what it is.
Until their next turn.
Okay, so he's not going to be parrying or dodging anytime soon, so he's going to swing. He's going to try and stab Nick with a dagger, but he's like stabbing backwards, so I'm giving him a minus 10 on the attack roll.
Dope. And I'm pretty good at parrying. I don't have my shield, but I'm still pretty good at parrying.
Wait, I don't think that's what blinded means.
Is that, did I do it wrong?
Well, because I think it's blinded, comma.
Oh, blinded, comma, and that extra stuff.
And cannot counterspell, dodge, or parry.
Conditional effects, blinded means cannot use counterspell, dodge, or parry. So they just included it there for us.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. So but no, worth checking though. He misses on the first stab. I guess Danny's right there, so we'll try and stab you. Is a hit.
I'll parry or dodge.
Yeah.
It's parry.
It's parry for close combat.
So I forgot that was a thing the first time. Oh, praise Jeebus, my parry is 42.
Hey, there you go. So that is a success, question mark? Let's check the parry. Just want to make sure that there's not degrees of success coming into effect there, because I think he has more degrees of success than you do. You've got 1, but he has 2. It either matters or it doesn't. If it matters, then he wins. If it doesn't matter, then you do. Damn it, there's only 159 uses of the word parry in this game. Reactions, parry, make a combat-based skill attack, melee weapons, avoids all damage. That doesn't exactly tell me. Oh wait, I'm going down to reactions. I'm almost there, I'm sorry. Parry, if successful, if you critically succeed. Yep, no, it doesn't matter, so you win. Okay, now we know that for the future. So, Danny is almost stabbed by Sir Patrick, but at the last minute you managed to turn away the dagger with your own, where he was going for your throat. Duh!
I'm surprised the king even did anything. You clearly don't have any balls.
Woo!
Polaris, what you got?
Well.
Aside from an ice cream sundae.
Thanks for noticing.
Always.
I think I'm gonna do what I did last time, and just keep hitting Persephone with augury.
Okay. Roll the incantation.
I will. Oh wait, is that a crit since I'd rolled double 2s?
It is actually, yeah.
Nice.
Oh man.
That's like
What
the best roll
happened?
you could have done besides 1-1, I guess.
The additional critical effect that you have is that it doesn't have like a visual effect, so no one's taking any notice of the spell, which is useful in a situation like this. And it takes it straight to Persephone's turn, who's going to succeed on whatever she does here.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and roll damage from my...
oh wait. So me casting that was a critical success, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it says they may automatically critically succeed at 3 skill tests instead.
Ooh.
PogChamp.
All right.
So
stab him.
So you can use... Oh yeah, you got 3 AP, so like 7 free times each crit.
Let's go.
So just roll for
Oh
all
my
your
gosh.
damage.
All right,
I mean,
so
he's
that's
held in
8
place by
damage?
my chokehold.
8 damage, you're right, yeah. Oh, reroll another dice, Fury dice. So that's 10
Keep going.
plus this extra d6. I'll get a 5 here. Okay, pretty good.
And then one more time.
Yep.
And
And that's
10.
another 8.
Oh, another 8, right, yeah. Okay. He is now...
Holy shit, Lydia.
Wow.
He is now grievously wounded, and he has 3 like puncture holes in his chest where Persephone has just gone to town on this dude's dude.
I'm gonna like be looking down my nose at him. Even though he's taller than me, he feels like I'm looking down at him. And I'm gonna say, stand down.
I yield! Yeah!
All right, and then Persephone will put her arms out to indicate to the others that we could stop if we wanted to.
Okay. At this point, at the end of the round, Lord Philippe Chapmeyer called, "Stop this madness at once!" Nick, it's your turn. You can continue if you want to. Seeing as it would be your action, or we can decide to be out of initiative order here if you'd rather not. Press on the attack. And hey, I'll throw you a bone here. It's a coup de grace. If you want to kill Sir Patrick Chapmeyer right now, you can. It's just that there would be witnesses, including his father. What do you want to do, Nick?
I'm thinking.
I back you no matter what.
Right or die?
I let go.
Okay. Sir Patrick sort of slumps to the ground, and the cheers from the crowd stop. But Lord Philippe comes to sort of pick up his look at the wounds on his son and say, "Medic, we need a doctor here immediately!" And quickly people start scurrying over Sir Patrick and his wounds. A few moments later, he sort of he started to be dragged away.
I want to get. Sorry.
You go.
I want to get the elder Chapmeyer's attention.
Yeah, Philippe is. He seems to be, beside himself with worry and a bit of grief as well. But you can get to him easily.
Yeah. It looks like Patrick is being handled by doctors.
Yes, there are doctors on the scene who are sort of taking him away in a.
We need. So I will say to Patrick Chapmeyer, we need to talk. Take care of your son. Don't leave.
I quite agree. I have half a mind to arrest you right now.
Good luck with that.
So while that's happening, I'm going to come forward and pick up my dagger. And I'm going to spit on Patrick. I may be a peasant, but you're not my better.
I'll have my revenge on you. Mark my words.
You'll have nothing.
He's dragged away.
And you're going to have to explain what you did with that warlock bullshit.
The crowd begin to disperse. But many people are hanging behind and sort of, whispering to one another, chattering. There's a lot of murmuring from the crowd about what's just happened. You're left with Lord Philippe Chapmeyer, his sort of house guard, who seem to be in the area as well, and the sort of ragtag gaggle of crowdsfolk who are left behind.
I think that, gang, I think that we should probably borrow Renfred's office and have a conversation here.
I think we should probably locate Renfred.
Yeah.
Now listen here, you lot. Lord Philippe is, comes over with some of his house guards. You're not going anywhere until I've spoken with you. Seeing as Renfred is nowhere to be found, that puts me as regent of the city for the time being until we sort out this damn mess. Come with me. Much to discuss.
By all means.
Come with you to where?
Inside, somewhere more private than out here where everyone could see us.
Renfred's office, back where we were.
Very well. Fine, come along. And the old lord hobbles off with his house guard and leads you to the chamber with the long table that you're eating at, well, drinking from, rather, about an hour ago, maybe even less. And he sits down, clearly quite distressed. No idea what on earth happened back there. Fool of a son of mine.
allow me to help enlighten you a little bit. Your son, Sir Patrick Chapmeyer, was in league with individuals whom he wanted to help overthrow Sir Renfred and take over this city. He was guilty of, I'm telling you, what he was guilty of was treason.
What proof do you have?
This was a setup. We have witnesses who will attest to this fact. We have people who were there and who could have heard it happen. You can also ask him yourself if you think you have a good read on your son. There's also, I don't know how much up to date you are on your own troops, Sir Philippe, but
let's
around
Lord Philippe to you, son.
I do apologize, Lord Philippe. Your troops, the bulk of your troops, 1,000 men strong, are marching. Did you know that?
Oh, what are you talking about? Marching where?
Here. They're marching here.
To help your
Ask your
idiot
son.
son overthrow Sir Renfred.
Now, we have no problem with you, sir. You seem wise and learned, and I do enjoy your poetry. However, we can't necessarily trust your family right now because we don't know you, and we do know your son. So here's what we can do. We should have a talk right now about how we can help each other going forward. We should find if there is a way to find Sir Renfred after he was unsummarily pulled into the earth by forces heretofore unknown. The only proof of which that we can think of, the most likely scenario being your son, who wanted to overthrow him and take control of this city, made some sort of unholy magical pact to be able to pull Sir Renfred down to the center of the earth. If you have a better scenario, boy, I'm all ears.
This is a lot to take in, a lot of accusations, and I see no evidence for them yet. My son might be a fool, but never throw his lot in with magicians and witches. And you there, witch, mage, looks at Polaris. Surely you can look at the site where Renfred disappeared and make something of it?
I've already looked, and it looked like an evil magic.
I've heard tell of this blood magic before. It seemed as though as soon as blood was drawn, it occurred. Perhaps I'd had something to do with it, but these allegations you level against my son are true. He will be investigated for them, and justice will be done, but in the meantime, he must recover.
Indeed.
This talk of troops is worrisome indeed. I will
handle your business. We trust in the process. So you handle your troops. Make sure that war does not come here. We are going to be in this city. There are eyes already on us from all sides. So we can be at your disposal. We're on the same side ultimately here, Lord. But the foolishness of a young man who had too much power and didn't understand his own strength has seriously impacted a number of lives today and ruined a number of others. So we're going to need to get more on the same page going forward. But as the de facto leader of Einem, we serve at the pleasure of whoever's in charge at this time, to an extent.
Very well. And that is me, seeing as there's no sign of Renfred, but I'll have scouts look for him immediately in the city guards, see if we can't find him. Looked as though he went into the earth, but where he is now, I can only imagine. Perhaps there is a site of where witches practice here or close to the city that I am unaware of. Perhaps they took him there. I don't know. I'll have to... Would that I could speak with Mother Paulina right now. Her wisdom and guidance would be much appreciated in a time like this. For the time being, I place you under house arrest, simply so I can keep an eye on you and speak with you more in the morning. In the meantime, admit that you stay here. We'll find beds and board for you. You won't be harmed, but you are not to leave this place until I can speak more with my son.
I'll have to decline to acquiesce to your order.
I'm afraid that was not a question, my dear. It was an order.
You can send a guard with me, but I absolutely must go to the horse and pony.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm employed there. I live there. It's not far away.
If it's employment that you're concerned about, I'll send a raven to the owner of the establishment explaining that you're under house arrest. Perhaps that will go down better.
It is a dangerous time, and I care very much for the man who owns the horse and pony.
I'll send a guard. I'm afraid this is non-conditional. There's been magic done in this place, and without witch hunters here, I'm the only one that can investigate it. And it seems as though a great many crimes may have been committed on my watch as well.
Then should we trust you to oversee this task, sir?
I will tell you one more time, it is Lord. Now, if you don't mind, it's very late. I have a lot to see to. Many concerning things. We will remain here
When
on
you
the house
have-
arrest.
Understood. When you speak to us next, we will enlighten you more as to our purpose in this city. Trust us when we tell you that there is a reason why we are here.
Very well. Then I'll speak with you in the morning and I will expect some clear and honest answers about what on earth has been happening here. I know that you've been
expect the
involved in
same
my
from
son
you.
in some way. I'm not sure what business you've had with Renfred, but now that I am the city regent, I require to know it. Until the morning. And he heads off. The guards remain behind. And
I don't
intend
like
to send you
him.
to your rooms.
He's better than his son, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, he's worse than Renfred. We got to get Renfred back somehow. I don't know how.
Danny,
what the hell
are
happened
you
back then?
okay?
I'm fine.
You're not hurt?
A little, but I have medicine.
Good.
Lots of medicine.
I suspect we'll need to be in proper shape in the coming days, and, well, it looks like I'll need to focus on resting. And she, like, loosely shakes her, like, dangling arm.
The rattled brain.
Is there like anything I can roll to see if I would actually know about what happened to him, if he's coming back?
Yeah. So you could perform a quick like inspection of the ground, which would just be based on your willpower.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Magical perception.
Hey, damn good. Definitely some kind of blood magic. The place like stinks of blood magic to you. While the others can't really sense it so much, that much is obvious. Some kind of teleportation magic because there's a slight smell of burnt hair and ozone in the ground. Wherever Renfred is now, it's somewhere not good because blood magicians took him there. The only blood magicians that you know of in or near the city would be at Castle Dumire. So if you had to place a bet, that's where Sir Renfred is now.
Blood
And
magic, you say?
it was definitely the drawing of blood which allowed them to do that. doesn't necessarily mean that Sir Patrick was responsible. It's possible that he was. But it seemed as though Sir Renford initiated the duel rather than Sir Patrick. It strikes you maybe if Sir Patrick was trying to get him out there, he was working with the cultists, he might have just stabbed Sir Renford at any point and taken him there. He wouldn't have done that so publicly, presumably, because then you'd be accused of being a witch.
Yeah.
Also, Sir Patrick didn't seem to know what was going on at Castle Doomire. You fooled him into that. If he did know what was going on there, he's either a very good liar, which you don't think he is, or he's an idiot, which seems more likely in this case.
Yeah,
And,
I feel like Danny would have known if he was lying about Castle Doomire and
Right.
he didn't know anything.
Is blood magic always evil?
There are cases where good people do bad things. But it is a bad thing, right? It's a bad act. So it's possible that there could be altruistic reasons for teleporting Renford.
But no.
But you don't suspect so. Probably the big bad guys have him, and he may not be long to listen.
I think that Nick is going to see that they are sort of stuck in this cage for the evening. And I will
You'll
say...
give them rooms, yeah. They're quite nice, but there are guards all outside.
I'm on house arrest, but I can be around the house, so I will fix another drink. I will return the sword to Alicia.
Yes.
And I will say thank you so much. This is a fine weapon. It is greatly appreciated. We seem to be in a spot of bother right now, and we are hoping that we can fix whatever it is that occurred here with your employer.
Friend, a mutual friend. If you come into any knowledge about where he might be, then please, I would pay handsomely for that information.
Absolutely. You're right at the top of the list. We will make... That's definitely a priority at this point. It seems that I'm locked up in this castle, and I have a room, if you're interested.
Roll me a charm.
Magic dick! Magic dick!
Nope, that one's not it.
Magic dick!
That one's not it. That's not the one.
She smiles and says, "Perhaps another time. I'm busy tonight."
Fair enough. And I will retire to my room, and then the player behind Nick has to go. So,
no worries.
Nick is going to go to bed.
Adios, Ruben. Have a good time, my friend. We'll see you next week for more Nick shenanigans.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. So it's totally the thing where Nick has to hook up with her on the penultimate episode so that he could die in the finale. That's the arc of all television, right?
Them's the rules, man.
Let's try to make him. Yeah.
How many guards were left to watch us?
So they've done a fairly good job. There are 4 guards who are outside in the corridor who seem to be switching shifts. It wouldn't be impossible to escape, but it would be difficult.
I can charm 4 guards.
You guys have a common room together, so you can all be speaking, in relative privacy from the rest of the guards out there.
I would definitely be chatting with Polaris and say, I have to get to Mash. I have to get to him. That stone cellar is a perfect place for a permanent circle of protection. If I could know that he was going to be safe.
What do you think we should do? Do you think we could sneak out?
I'd like to. I don't even mind sneaking back in to be here in the morning. I don't mind that. It's just that I have to make sure that Mash is looked after.
If it's what you want to do, I'll help you do it.
Could be dangerous.
Everything's dangerous.
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
There's only 4 guards. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I want to get out of here and try to find Renfred. I might be able to charm 4 guards, and if I can't, then maybe we could try to sneak out afterwards if I fail, but...
Why don't you talk to the guards and we'll take a look at these windows?
Okay.
Okay.
How do the windows look, Will?
They've been stapled down. No. The windows have been painted on. They're not real. Yeah, no, the windows are locked, and they're locked from the outside. You're on, like, the second story, so you've got a bit of a jump, maybe a climb down. You're adept enough to be able to get pop that lock off fairly easily. It would just be, like, the noise of, like, needing to give it a bit of a shunt. That might arouse some suspicion. And then, of course, you'd have to go unseen below because there are guards who are in the outer area. But it's very dark. Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Polaris?
It's risky, but...
Especially with this.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is that they're probably not going to kill you on sight,
Yeah.
They just want to arrest you. They're not going to try and murder you. If they escape, it's going to try and catch you.
I think that we would have better luck sneaking through the castle. If I was to land wrong, my arm could come off.
Let's see how Danny does with those guards.
We wait.
All right, Danny. Do you want to step outside? There are 4 guards there. You actually overhear a bit of a conversation as you're like leaning against the door or coming out, and one of them saying,
First thing I want to do, though, on my way out is grab a glass of champagne, hopefully.
Yeah,
and
this place is super
it.
fancy, so they've just got champagne everywhere.
And I want to down it because I'm trying purposely to get myself drunk.
Sure.
I will
You're
choose
like,
to be drunk. That's the
let
option.
yourself get a buzz after about 5 minutes. So you're like listening in the door, overhearing the conversations that one of the guards are talking about, and one of them is saying, "Yeah, my cousin, Jamie in the he's part of the Chapmire army. He said he's marching down this way. It's real strange. I don't know what they're all doing, but it's got to have something to do with Sir Patrick, I reckon. If you ask me, I mean, it doesn't seem like Lord Fleetwood will need an army down here. Well, that fight with Sir Renfrew tonight and all, So that's a little snippet of conversation that you overhear listening in.
So Danny will adjust herself and gentlemen.
Excuse me. Mom, you need to step back inside. If you need something, you can just ask us, and one of us will go and get it for you.
I need my sleeping gown. I simply cannot sleep without it. I'll be up all night.
Maybe we could find one for you, Mom.
No, I need mine. It's like a security blanket just wrapped around me all snugly and warm and all the bits that need to stay warm. I just have to step out for a moment. I'll be back in the morning. My assurances.
I'm afraid we can't let you go. Maybe one of us can go and get it for you.
Well, can't I accompany you? My room is such a mess. Only I know how to navigate the piles. I would make any man a poor wife. I'm not a housemaid.
You can roll me a charm. Give me plus 10%.
You'll give me plus 10%?
I will.
Yeah, 'cause you're hot.
Are they the same social class as me?
Well, I guess, what social class are you?
I'm the lowest.
Yeah, these guys
Whatever
are pretty
it was.
low as well, because they're just guards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't get silver tongue, but on top of that, because I drank that champagne and I'm drunk, I get another plus 10 base charm
Cool.
when I'm intoxicated. With my, what is this?
That's crazy. So do I.
Carousing.
That's how being drunk works. That's just becoming a better person.
I always just think I have plus 10%.
I can be mean
No,
or
I
I
do.
can be charming.
It's cumulative per drink for me, so the more I go down, it's just stacks. That's crazy. Oof.
Ooh, that's ugly. So that's 64.
Yeah. So, the one in charge, the sergeant says, I'm sorry, we really can't, the Lord would be very upset with us, and, there's talk of witchcraft and everything, told us to be on guard, so.
Well, I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
How much?
So, is there anything else?
How much do you get paid to like babysit us?
Well, we get by.
Really?
My
Is
wife's
it enough?
barmaid at a tavern, and it's fine. It's good pay, better pay than most others. Although I hear that Marcus Viridian's hiring right now. Sellswords, that is. Pays quite well.
Well, look. If I was found out there in the city tomorrow, I might be put to death. So I have no desire to escape and be found. So if I were to leave, I can guarantee you I'd be back by the morning. And maybe I could help so that your wife could take a couple days off and she wouldn't have to work weekends as a barmaid and she could spend time at home with you.
Well, we're not allowed to take bribes, miss.
Well, no one's allowed to take bribes, but no one would know that you did.
You can give me a charm. No 10% this time because you already failed the one check, and he's a little on edge.
Do I still get my
Still get your drunk
what was
bonus.
it, carousing? All right.
Your drunk bonus. That's my middle name.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh,
Nice.
He sort of looks between the other guys and says, "Well, I understand what you're saying, especially since all this business. It's not like you could go far. You have to come back, and
Exactly.
well, she's looking for a couple of days off. Maybe a week or two."
How much does she make in a week or two?
He obviously begins to lie. 2 silver. It's 2, yeah. 2 pieces.
Is there anyone else I would need to bribe on my way out?
Well, miss, I'm the sergeant at arms here, so my word goes. And I'll show you the way out that there's no one else. So, thank you for
My
the seller.
2 friends come with me, and 2 gold.
Roll me a charm with plus 20%. 2 gold is a lot of money for this man.
So that's minus 30. So 41.
Yep. So yeah, he 2 gold. Well, there's 3 of you, right? You plus M2, so 3 gold.
Done.
Seems. Alright then, John will come out quick and I'll lead the way, yeah?
I'll be right back. We'll run up to the room and get Polaris and Bangers.
Danny, you're a marvel.
Wow, I
A
had to brag.
living marvel.
Can I cast augury on Danny?
Sure.
Don't need it now.
Yeah, should have thought about that first.
Yeah.
All right, you'll succeed. You'll crit succeed your next skill check.
So
So
I'll take it.
the Sergeant at Arms sees a 3 of you coming out. Ladies, if you'd like to come with me, just kick it down, yeah? Kick it down.
We will. Thank you for this.
Yeah, you're definitely leaving Nick behind. That's true. You guys are coming back anyway, right? So like, it's,
Right.
Because
That is
Slee,
definitely
he's nice. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't.
Oh, it's all of us. It's just girls' night.
I feel
We're just gonna go paint each other's toenails and hit each other with pillows and whatever.
Yeah, that's all it is.
We all have to go
Lying.
get our matching jammies. We left them at the tavern.
That's exactly what I said I was doing, was getting my
That's actually,
pajamas.
that's actually the lie anyway. So.
No, it's not even a lie.
Yeah.
We're genuinely getting our fucking pajamas. That's the quest, all right? Like,
They're
your
really
quest log
nice.
has been updated.
I imagine Nick is in a separate room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't have risked going to get him anyway, I don't think.
That's fine. I mean, like, it makes sense for Nick to stay behind, especially if you guys are coming back. You might want someone there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also trying to hook up with what's her name.
Yeah, Alicia.
We don't know
He's
her
got like
plans. She might come up.
He's got a cautionary sock on the door just in case. So
Yeah.
The
He's
police
sorry.
buckler, maybe it happens thing. Yeah.
Oh my god, I just love the words Nick's hopeful sock.
No, it's not a
Episode
sock.
title.
It's like a gauntlet, though. It's period appropriate.
Oh, that's so good.
Lay down the gauntlet, yeah. Okay,
All right, once
so,
we're outside and safe, I would look to the other two and I would say, all right, so 2 orders of business. It's gonna take me a full day's worth of time to cast this magic circle.
To do what?
To cast a magic circle. Oh, right.
Since when
Hi.
can you cast magic circles?
Persephone, I'm a witch. I'm not documented. You might
Your
as well
name isn't
know. We've
Hilda?
been. No, it's not.
I wrote a poem for you as Hilda.
You know, she's a part of me.
Or Helga, whatever it was.
Hilda.
I mean,
Times are getting tough. It's time you know the truth. All right, can we move past it? I need to protect my friend. Protect my friend.
yeah,
Protect.
yeah.
It's gonna take me a full day's worth of time.
That's what I said.
It takes a long time to cast a permanent magic circle. So I think that it's more imperative that we search for Sir Renfred first.
Yes, because then he'll come back, and then you can spend the whole day doing the thing. Can you cast a temporary one? Is that a thing?
I taught him how and left him the materials.
That seems like a bad idea. That seems like something that.
Yeah,
should
I
not
don't
happen.
trust him to get it right. It's pretty complicated, but it's gonna have to do for now.
Well, but I mean, could you? So, assuming we can't get Renfred, could you go back and cast a temporary one to help? And
could at
still
least
get us
check
back.
on him. The thing is, it won't last long.
Okay. I can't believe you're a witch. You could have.
Yeah,
told
don't
me.
tell anyone. Maybe keep your voice down.
Oh, but it's sad. Okay. Well, we can't just. So we think he's in Dewmeyer, but like we can't just storm the castle. It's.
Let's maybe look at the area where he was swallowed by the earth.
I've already done that.
I mean, there might be clues or something that we missed. I don't know where to begin other than there.
You can roll a regular perception check, like non-magical, actual sort of crime scene investigation type deal.
My perception is booty.
Inside blood plague.
Oh, damn.
Do we all roll the perception check?
Yeah, you
Well,
could.
I don't know, but Lydia freaking killed it, so I feel like we should just leave it with her.
Oh, isn't it?
Hard
this
agree.
Bell roll. Oh, is that? Did you just roll it now, Lydia?
No, I didn't roll anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that might
damn.
have been your incantation.
Oh no. Kimmy,
That was all
you should roll it because you're gonna auto crit it.
Danny will crits it.
Oh, that's right. I roll it and I auto crit it.
Fuck. Spell's OP. Love
It
it.
was real impressive.
That spell is so good.
It's a petty magic spell too. It's so good.
Oh man, the crit's so hot in this moment as well. So, you it sounded weird when I meant it to. Yeah, you will.
I'm into it.
It's so good. You see, on the ground is left a like a pin badge, like a metal pin badge. It's what he hadn't seen before. So Renfred wasn't wearing it on his like outer chest. It wasn't one that he either had in the pocket or was wearing on like an inner shirt beneath his armor. It has the same symbol as. It's the same lizard symbol as the Talisman of the Shattering, which Persephone currently holds. It's like a little bronze lizard.
Another
it
secret
definitely
I need
wasn't
you
there
to keep,
beforehand.
Danny.
Well, but none of us know that she has it.
Polaris does.
So, well,
Polaris does,
but
yeah.
I don't. So I'm looking at this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does this mean anything to you guys?
One more secret that I'm
You
gonna
say
have
that
to
and I'm
ask
just
you to
like-
keep. And she just indicates herself like, "Are you surprised?"
This witch
She
shit
licks
is
her
awesome.
She
Can I,
licks her
like,
sleeve
point-
to show you the talisman, and like points back and forth from the pin to the talisman that she wears on her arm.
Can I be part of like your guys' coven or something? Like, what are the rules? Like, this is awesome. I've never known. Okay, I didn't believe witches existed, and now like the two ladies that I just met that are awesome are both witches.
We should keep this kind of discussion to indoors when we're referring to me because I'm not registered. I will be killed.
I'm the only one with paperwork.
I'm a
so
barmaid.
as far
I
as
can
anyone's
say
concerned, I'm the only mage here.
I can make paperwork. I'm a skilled forger.
Well, now we have a morning project for when we get back.
If you had told me, I would have forged it for you ages ago.
Mimosas and fortune.
Slow to trust, quick to survive. You know.
All right, so what are we doing now, ladies? We are clearly the best three of our group. So, what is our plan of attack?
Well, it's interesting. I got this from the library.
In the basement.
What here in Einem is associated with that library?
Dude's dad?
Would it be the
Dr. Phineas is the only one that you know who visited the library.
And he's MIA. But we could go ransack his office.
You'd know where he is. I mean, Charlie was is about nebulously in the narrative right now, so you could find Dr. Fittings if you wanted to.
How long would it take us to get to him?
He's just outside of the city, hiding out there. So like 2 hours to get out of the city.
Let's run by tavern. We'll check on Mash, and we'll grab our Well, I guess I'm the one who needs weapons. I'm just missing my brass knuckles.
I want my pouch very badly.
So let's do that. You might not do your circle thing, but we'll do that, and then we'll head out. What time is it, Will? In game? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like,
so at this point, it's probably about midnight. Probably about midnight now, because you guys were late at the ball. It ran for a while. Then there was the fight. Then the fallout. Yeah. So now it's about midnight, and you guess at about dawn, maybe they might come and find you. So you maybe have like 6-7 hours before.
How far is the Castle Dumeier?
Oh, well, that's like a boat trip away. That took you like a day or two to get out there. So, yeah, you'd be skipping town.
Okay. Is there a library in Einem that's not, haunted or weird?
Yes, but it wouldn't be open at this hour, so you'd have to break in.
Okay. And then at the church is where I would be able to find, like, if I wanted to learn a new spell, like they would probably have.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like to Mashes is the first plan, and then maybe elsewhere afterwards. Maybe meet with Dr. Phineas.
Mm-hmm.
See what's up there. He seemed to know a lot about the murder of crows and the shattering, maybe a lot more than he let on.
Yeah.
So it's probably a decent contact.
So if I do learn a new spell at this point, am I still only able to learn petty magic, or is lesser? Have I moved up?
I don't know. I would have to look up that. But yeah, I'll look it up here.
Okay, it's no problem. I'm not obviously not doing it right this second.
Sure. Yeah, so yeah, again, you could get to a library easily within a city. There are a ton of libraries around.
Okay.
You probably just need to break in.
Okay.
And they are guarded, because like knowledge is quite valuable in a time like this. So yeah.
Okay.
Another question. You mentioned her Talisman of the Shattering having a lizard on it?
Yeah.
You told me it was a scorpion.
Did I say scorpion? Then I
Yes.
meant scorpion. Yeah.
Lying Lyerson? I was like, did I buy her the wrong necklace?
No, I just
Damn
had
it,
terrible
Will.
memories, so I was like, what animals are there? Lizards.
Scorpions, lizards, that's it. It's a
Those look-
scorpion, Doxy. I
those
bought
look
you
good.
the right thing. He lied when he said lizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a terrible liar. And I hate myself. Okay. So, so we're headed off to see Mash at the Halls of Mayor, first of all.
Yes.
Sneaking off through town, you head to the Horse and Mare. There are lights on inside. It seems
Horse
like
and
there are
Mare.
people in the common room.
I can just sneak in quickly.
Well, we all
I'm
need
proficient
to,
at that.
to my room.
If you tell me what you need, maybe I could grab it. I just don't feel like, especially since they sent a guard, that it would be wise for all of us to be seen.
I just need I have the gloves I usually wear. There's a brass knuckles in my right one, so I only really need the right glove. And I have my 2 other daggers that I need.
Where
did I
in your room are they?
Did I buy a crossbow? I was going to. We did.
I
You
bought
got me
you
a
a
thing.
crossbow, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Which you
it-
paid me for, I guess.
yes, it's all in the closet,
Okay.
in the wardrobe.
I will.
And my bag with laudanum, because it's medicine. I need it.
Okay.
and my book of poetry.
Okay. Polaris?
Sorry.
Nothing?
I don't need anything.
All right, if you hear a commotion in there, run back to Dr. Phineas. I will sacrifice myself. I'll get out of there however I need. Just, if you hear a commotion, go. And she looks very intently at Polaris. I'm begging you.
Just go. Be fast.
All right. I would like to sneak in.
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Oof, that's a critical fail.
Oh, damn!
My second 99 in this game.
Yeah, you step in.
+7.
No, it's always a fail. So yeah, you step in to the common room. You see that the fire is on, but low, like it's been burning there for a long time. So that's the only light that's really on in the place. There's no one else sitting at the tables. It looks completely empty, despite what should be a fairly busy evening. There should be people sleeping in the common room. No one's at the bar.
I am going
There is a
to
back room.
beeline it to Mash's room.
Yeah. You head upstairs to the room, and you hear, when you press your ear to the door, a light whimpering from someone inside.
I'm going to try to stealthily open the door. Like, just
Roll a
softly
stealth check.
press it open. A stealth?
Mm.
Ah, damn it. I fail.
You open
No.
the door, loud little...
We have fortune points.
Must have been a
We don't
fortune
use
point.
them, but we have fortune points.
What
Yeah,
are
really.
fortune points?
They're a thing where we can just... Damn it, I went away from the
Can I
page. I had it
roll?
open. They're fortune points. Immediately after failing a skill test, spend a fortune point. You then re-roll to generate a better result, but must accept the outcome.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. How many fortune points do we have?
We have at least as many players as there are, so we have at least 5, because there were 5 of us.
Okay. All right,
Sure.
I will use mine, I guess, if you guys are okay with that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to accept whatever it is. Not
Yep.
that it could be
Right,
much
so you have to
worse
take
than
the
that,
money.
but
Yeah. So you step inside the room, the door creaks as there's a floorboard, and you look inside in horror to see Mash asleep on the bed. He seems to be having a nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Will.
Oh my fucking
hate
god.
you. my-
Okay.
Least favorite GM.
I shut the door. I go to Kimmy's room. I get the crossbow. I get the gloves. I get the bag of laudanum, and I get the book of poetry. I go to my room, and I get my pouch.
At this point, you hear a voice in the corridor. Hello? Is someone there? Seems like your loudness has awoken Mash.
Mash, it's me.
Oh,
I'm
oh hey.
under
Hello.
arrest, technically,
Oh no.
so I won't be to work tomorrow. But I
That
have
makes
a
sense.
guard on the way to look after you in my absence.
Look after me.
And-
I'm fine. I'm not arrested as far as I know, at least.
It's just dangerous, and I like you. Did you
Sorry.
not hear about the unpleasantness at the ball?
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that, yeah. Oh,
I'm looking for
Is-
Sir Renfred. Have you seen him?
no, he hasn't been through here, but I've been asleep, so he could have been.
Okay. Well, if you hear anything,
Well,
Tell the guard that comes over, okay?
Oh, okay.
And they'll
what are you
release
doing?
me. Getting my things and looking
what
for
have you been
Renfred.
arrested for? It's all happening very
Renfred
fast.
disappeared and they blamed us and they have to question us in the morning. I'll be fine. I just need to make sure you're safe.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't need to worry about old me. I'm fine here. Business is a little slow today, but I expect that's all the witch hunter's been around and all that stuff. And now there's business up at the mansion and all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have to get out of here. I have very limited time. I have to be back by dawn. I promise I will be back to see you very soon. I miss you. And I pat him on his head and I take off.
Oh, I miss you too.
I love him. It was worth it to give Will a misfortune die, even though he was screaming it was a dickhole. It was worth it.
He said, I miss you too.
The greatest ship that's ever sailed.
All right, so I come out and I hand like a rucksack of Danny's things to her.
Thank you.
All right, to Dr. Phineas.
So now we win. We just won.
We won
just
Zweihander.
won.
God, we're so lucky.
I don't.
I know
It
all
wasn't
those
possible.
rolls. I think that Will just took mercy on me for having such terrible luck.
All right. So, but what can we do? So I'm assuming we're just huddled outside now, whispering in the shadows. What can we do for Renfred? We the three of us cannot just storm that castle.
Maybe
I am
we could
a little injured.
get a
You're
message
very injured.
to-
You're all fucked up.
Well, I have a feeling that Phineas will know something, and also he might be able to tend to our wounds, Danny. He's a doctor.
Okay.
Not to knock Charlie, but a better one than him.
He's just more experienced.
Exactly.
Since Charlie's not on house arrest tonight, we could let him know what's going on and maybe have him start scouting out a way to get there, or...
Oh, I don't know if that's true. Will kind of said he's like nebulously around. So I know that we
Well,
can count on that.
I assume that he's at the Horse and Mare.
Charlie?
Maybe.
I thought he was
Yeah,
with
he
Dr.
wasn't at the- Oh, he is with Dr. Phineas. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
We'll have to
Yeah.
ask Will
Yes.
when he gets back.
So if that's
No,
a possibility, then we could get a message to Charlie and at least have him maybe start thinking about how we could get there, or see if he can get information if he's there. But the point is, Charlie's not on house arrest and we are.
Yes.
Right, Will?
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the question.
Oh, you said that
Charlie
we...
is not on house arrest because he wasn't with us? Or he is?
Charlie's not on a house arrest. Yeah.
Okay. Yes! And is he with Phineas?
Yes, yeah, we'll say that,
Okay.
that Charlie is with Phineas right now.
Okay, we're gonna head straight to Phineas then.
Okay, so you head 2 hours out of the city, make your way through the deserted streets and out to a little cottage on a ranch, basically, a little farmstead, which Dr. Phineas is staying in. Charlie's given you like the secret knock on the door, so you knock like twice and then 3 times, and a bleary-eyed Tom opens the door, the young lad.
Persephone will pick up her dead arm and wave it at him and be like, "Can we see the doctor?"
Oh yeah, of course. Come in. And he wakes up Dr. Phineas and Charlie as well. And the two of them sort of step into the room. Dr. Phineas says, Oh, it's good to see you all. Again, it's been some time. How's the situation with the witch hunters?
So much to
Very-
tell you. We kill witch hunters. They're gone. They got me in the head and the arm pretty good. So I mean, if we could look at that, that would be great. But right now, we have more pressing matters to tend to. And she shows the talisman of shattering, and then is like snapping in front of Danny's face to bring forth the pin that matches. The pin that you picked up? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here.
I found it. Renfred disappeared, and then this was left. And what the shit is that? And what?
He was
She's a witch,
swallowed
apparently.
by the ground.
He
I
lights
just
a
told
candle.
you not to tell anyone that.
We have to trust some people, though, because otherwise they won't understand what's happening.
Oh, I shouldn't have told you. I shouldn't have told
It
you. I
was
shouldn't have
fine.
told you.
He needs to
It's-
know. He'll be confused.
It's
Like
okay,
me, like
I've,
everyone.
I've suspected for some time.
Oh,
He
good.
brings a talisman and a pin and puts
They won't
lights a
understand.
candle so we can see a bit better. Fear not, your secret is safe with me, as I hope is mine with you. We both have a
course.
lot to lose. Now, let's see what we have
Wait,
here.
you said that?
Yeah.
What's your secret?
I have a book on the murder of crows. And, well, I've stolen it from the library, and it's a heretical text. If it were found, I would be executed. I've lent it to Charlie for some time. He understands the risks. And Charlie says, yeah, sorry.
We're a fine group of heretics. Let's figure out this mystery. We have to be back by dawn. We're technically under arrest.
Quite. Yes, as soon as I can. Now, this here is a talisman of the chattering, yes, that you found at the library.
Yes.
I see. And this pin here is what you found Sir Renfred on his person?
We assume that. After the earth swallowed him, it must have burped that up.
Huh. Strange. Most likely, then, this is a same design device, means that it's also of the same maker, most likely, or makers, I'm not sure. It has some potency in it by the looks of it, and by what I've read in the books on the shattering that I have read. Most likely it protected him to some degree, while he was wearing it, of course. Whatever magic summoned him away is likely to have broken that protection. Wherever he is now, he's vulnerable. But the fact that he has it at all, well, it does mean that he is a knight of the shattering. A modern day one.
Any
Perhaps
idea
one
where
very
we can
acute.
find him?
Well, this won't allow me to precisely locate him, but whoever... a brief explanation. Perhaps you know something of the shattering already, but they were an ancient group of knights. Protected the realms. It was said that they were the ones who chose the next emperor and protected him during their reign. If Renfred was a part of this secret organization, that means that he would have been very close to the emperor, which seems to align with what I know of him at least. That means he is a sacred protector, a knight amongst all knights. Whoever would seek to kill these knights of the shattering or the emperor himself would be the ones that I suspect would be, well, they're the ones who did this, responsible for it. Charlie's told me something of the masked man, Adarian, who was once a knight of the shattering, albeit long ago, and twisted from his purpose. Perhaps this Adarian is the one that you're looking for.
If I understand it, he's at Castle Dumar.
Okay. That's bad news.
Well, it's good and bad. Bad news, obviously, is that he has Renfred. The good news is that if he is a Knight of the Shattering, he's a very difficult man to kill. That being said, you probably don't have a lot of time.
Definitely not enough time to get to the castle and back.
Well, perhaps so. Nonetheless, it will require a ritual of some great magic to truly kill Renfred, I suspect. He has a piece of the power of the Emperor. I'm sure you understand that the Emperor Godfrey lived for far longer than he ought to have done, or any mortal man could. So Renfred is similar in that way as well. He is blessed with great age and great power. Most likely it will take the Sidarian some time to kill him. A simple stab through the heart would not suffice. Most likely some ritual would be needed, which may take him time.
And would this Sedaris, you said? Would he know this ritual?
Adarian, the
Adarian. Sorry.
Yeah, the masked man, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Probably told me that you met him.
I know that asshole.
He would certainly have the capabilities to kill him.
He's responsible for the blood plague.
Perhaps. Or perhaps a part of it here in Einan. He's certainly not a good fellow. He would certainly have the capabilities to kill a man such as Renfred. But more likely his plans are greater than just that. True, he wants Renfred dead, but I think you would agree with me that Renfred is most likely the best protector this city has. With him gone, I suppose it falls to the Chapmires to defend Einan from an assault. They are not so well tactically minded as our good regent was. This would make sense if they are planning an assault.
All right, ladies. Here's where we decide if this is a full-on prison break, and we head straight to the castle to go retrieve Sir Renfred, or go back and tell the Chapmires.
We can't leave Nick behind.
No, I don't suppose we can.
Well, and wait, there's no more secrets, right?
No, none.
It's Polaris. I'm so sorry. I killed Mother Paulina. I had to when I went to the chapel. The witch hunters were there, and they wanted me to do it to prove myself. And she was already bleeding so much, and she was beyond saving.
And if you didn't do it, they would have killed you?
Yes, and they would have found all of us. She was already bleeding so much. I wouldn't have otherwise.
Sounds as though you eased her suffering, Danny. Don't let this weigh you down.
Yeah, I would touch Danny, like, in a way that she knew that I understood. I'd even give her a hug. I'd hug Danny.
I'll hug her back.
Persephone would, like, pat her shoulder, like, really clumsily, like, there.
Okay.
There. That's Persephone's hug. Like,
That's, like the best thing possible.
you should be honored. All right, so we go back and we tell the Chatmeyers. We go back, we break Nick out.
I think we have to get Nick out. I don't want to tell them. I don't think
it's a good idea either. I really think that Patrick will have us killed. I think that. And I know it in my heart.
The father, Philippe, he'll protect his son to a large extent, especially now that he has power.
Yes.
Friends, if I might interject, what do you plan to do after you release Nick?
Dr. Phineas, I forgot you were even here.
I'm like that. I lurk.
I like that. You could teach me a thing or two. We have to get Nick and we have to go to the castle. We have to retrieve Sir Renfred.
You all alone against the Master Man and his hounds?
We've bested him before.
Well, wait, where are Philippe and Marie? Did we ever find that out?
They're dead.
Are they dead?
Out of character, Sir Renfred said he would send for them. He knew where the witch hunters were holding people. He said tonight that that he would go and find what was left. So they're either alive or they're dead. But right now you don't know because also Renfred has disappeared. So
okay.
If they're alive, then we could really use their help.
There's nothing we can do. You see, without Renfred, we can't get them.
He seems like the only one that could exonerate you. But I hear as well that the Chatmeyers have 1,000 men marching here. If
this
Mr.
is
Darien
true,
has an army at Castle Dumire, which seems more than possible given the amount of creatures that you've seen, it may well be that you would need them. Is this?
I hate every part of this.
Could he be convinced? Is there something you could show him to prove that there was something happening at Castle Dumire? Or at least evidence that there was Renfred was there?
Nothing that isn't heresy, good doctor.
He did admit that it looked like he was taken by blood magic when the blood was drawn and he disappeared.
And Polaris is a certified witch, and her word on the evidence she found might mean a lot. Persephone? That's it, right?
Persephone?
There's no reason to bring you into it.
None at all.
And I don't think he'll like it, but the fact that his son proposed to me, I mean, I feel like that should give me some sway with him. I mean, even if he believes his son and that his son was so, I don't know, fooled by me, which he was, but I feel like to some extent I could make him understand what is going on and why his son acted the way he did, which might actually go a long way in, I don't know, extending us his trust.
He seems like a reasonable enough man. He's not like his son, at least.
He's not like his son, thankfully.
I believe he could see a reason if it was presented to him.
Everything that we could show him is heresy, though.
Well, yes. I suppose so, but what else do we have?
I don't know. The best thing I can think of is just to explain the blood magic, and hopefully he'll let us go explore that, but he won't. he would send a guard. Kimmy, you're muted.
I have trouble charming lowborn like me sometimes, but I do surprisingly well against people of stations above me. So maybe I would be able to charm him like I charmed his son into and believing and trusting us and understanding that what we're saying is the truth. And wait, so Charlie's here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Doesn't he have a bloody face mask with him?
Yeah, he does have the
No,
mask.
didn't we get rid of it? I thought we got rid of
Like
it.
Oh, yeah, you got rid of it.
It like escaped by itself, didn't it?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right, because
we
it was a dare.
Send it to the man. Yeah.
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 Shit. I'm trying to think of what we have as proof.
Everything is heresy. Everything that we have is
literally
is heresy.
everything. Our whole existence right now is heresy. So
yeah.
You guys
really
are-
shouldn't
We
even
are
bother.
balls deep in heresy.
Balls deep in heresy. That's our new metal band.
Maybe
Absolutely heresy.
I can be persuasive.
I can be scary.
I can shoot magic out of my hands. Legally.
So,
Well,
Patrick is wounded at the moment.
Very.
Stands. I am a doctor, and it seems as if the witch hunters are gone, and my presence in the city was tenable again. There are certain serums which make someone malleable, easily persuaded, manipulated. Perhaps Lord Philippe would best listen to his son rather than strangers.
Okay. I like it. His son hates us, but
When he is himself, yes, but if he is wounded, unconscious, or sleeping through, I could slip him a tincture. It would not last for long, maybe less than 24 hours, but perhaps long enough, in which he would be very amenable to certain persuasive people, let's say.
that is a wonderful idea. And also, can you fix her arm? And I'm a little
in my
injured.
train.
Uh,
Either is
Yeah.
fine.
Certainly, I'll take a look at that arm first. So he's like fixing your arm as the conversation continues.
Awesome. Does he have to roll for that, or do I just get it fixed?
I'll give him a roll. He's pretty good. Yeah, that's a success.
Awesome.
What about my one thing of injury?
Yeah, so he cures the injury on Hilda, or Stephanie first. Or the first injury. And then second
Now
injury
you don't even know what her name is.
is on
That lady.
it's lies within lies.
I
both
love
your
my
injuries are
character.
healed. Danny's injuries are healed.
Oh, you can only
Wait.
heal one per day. Only one injury can be worked on per day,
yeah,
unless
you're right.
Charlie. But
Oh
we
yeah,
would need
Charlie
him
will
to
roll. That
for
could be
it.
Charlie's roll. So yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the two of you are fixed up then with three
Nice.
successful rolls. Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. Now I'm only lightly wounded. That's actually super rad. I'm pretty stoked on that. Okay, well, I guess we head back to the city.
Yeah, we're going to try to reason with Philippe, right?
And Phineas, I'm sure you're safe to practice again.
Yes. I will turn and I'm the head physician in the city, so I'll slip our young friend, Mr. Chapmeyer, a tincture and suggest to him that he agree with you on what's happened.
If he's open to persuasion, especially, and not looking at me as an enemy, I'm fairly confident I can persuade him onto our side. So that sounds perfect.
We owe you a debt of gratitude, Dr. Phineas.
I owe you my life, keeping my secrets. Very well, I will slip him a tincture, and at dawn I'll have him arrive at the estate which you're being held at. He'll testify, and he'll agree with whatever you say.
Excellent.
Like I say, the potion won't last long, so whatever you make him agree with, let the action be swift. Right, I best get off. Time is running out.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie.
All right. We will go back to the castle then. Unless you ladies wanted to do anything else.
We need to get our matching jammies.
I've been
What
wearing
time is
mine
it
under
now?
my ball gown this whole time. I was way excited for this lumber party.
Who knew that this was going to be the Blackhearts Babes episode?
I know, right?
Babe hearts.
Oh my god, that is totally our name now. Blackheart Babes. We don't need them boys.
All right, yeah, we can go back to the castle.
Straight back to the castle. The sergeant at arms surreptitiously meets you back at the sort of pantry from which you escaped, and he's like, oh, "Thank the Emperor that you're back. I was kind of worried. But free gold is free gold, so let's get you back upstairs."
Aye.
Nice jammies you got there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolute heresy.
I'll kiss both of his
and
cheeks.
heresy.
He melts a little
Thank
bit.
you.
You know, if it's cold in that room, I could always start a fire or something.
That'd be
Talk
great.
about your wife,
Sorry?
the barmaid. Your wife, the barmaid?
Oh, you
Yeah,
like barmaids?
No, his wife, the barmaid.
Well, my bud.
So he likes barmaids.
Mm. Well,
I mean, guilty by lighting a fire is, I'm sure that's it's totally fine.
Strictly platonic. Sure, let's go.
He's surprised. Sure, yeah.
yeah, light her fire.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes. All right.
Persephone would honestly just slip into bed and get some sleep before.
Just gotta find my Tinder. Yep. All right, you go. Okay.
He's so disappointed.
I would go and get in bed with Persephone. Like, while he's trying to light the fire.
Oh
We
no!
make out loudly. I'm just kidding.
this poor man trying to strike a Tinder.
So romantic. Thanks for this beautiful fire.
Wow. Cocked out of 10. Yep, he waits outside.
What time is it?
So by the time you get back, it's maybe 2, 3 a.m.
And they're going to come for us at dawn?
About dawn, yes, you got like 2 or 3 hours.
What is the effective life of laudanum? How many hours do I have if I were to drink
That's a
some?
good question. Let me Google that.
Danny's a habitual user. I feel like she would know.
The half-life
6
of
hours.
laudanum?
Yeah. it
6
says.
hours, so I'm not going to drink any.
Yeah. Cool.
No. Danny will take a swig of one of her laudanum bottles open her door and look for that guy and drag him into her room if she sees him.
All right.
Bad.
Yep. Hey, you're not married.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make it feel good.
I bet you would.
I still don't feel clean. All right. The morning comes. And true to promise, you guys are summoned downstairs for a meeting with Lord Philippe Chapmeyer just after dawn. So you're like brought breakfast, and then you're allowed to go downstairs to answer some questions. The Sergeant at Arms looks kind of I don't know what word I'm going to use here. I started that, so there's no idea what adjective and verb use are going to come in there. I guess he looks kind of tired, but he sort of grins at Danny. They come out of the same room, and he grins to the rest of the guards. He's like, "Oh, we should get down for the questioning for Lord Philippe, you know, questions and." Yep. Okay. And obviously, no mention of the, gold and. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about the bride. The bride. Cool. Okay.
What bribe? Are you crazy? You would never take a bribe.
Right. He leads you downstairs. Lord Philippe's having breakfast at a long table, but he seems like he probably hasn't gotten a lot of sleep. He's wearing pretty ostentatious clothing. He looks like he's going to a Ren fair, but every day. And little feather in his cap as well. His book of poetry, which he's like scribbling notes in every now and again. Seems like his workbook. Yes, take a seat, please. Are you hungry? Food? I bring food.
Persephone would just sit down and start stuffing her face.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Well, I've my son. He seems to have made a speedy recovery thanks to Dr. Phineas, so I have to thank. He's agreed to be here. And at this point, Sir Patrick walks in the room as well. He does look quite drugged up low, kind of dopey in the eyes, even more so than he usually does, and sort of dumbly takes a seat with a sort of low grin on his face. He reminds you a bit of MASH, actually.
Sir Patrick, you look well. Better than normal.
It's like he's taken a massive head injury in his recent past. Sir Patrick doesn't say anything. He remains sort of silent but like nods. So, listen here. There has been a matter of some allegations laid against my son. And there's business with Renfred as well. I sent out scouts around the city, but no one has seen him, I'm afraid. So we are yet to await news about what's happened to our regents of the city. In the meantime, I also sent ravens out to this my army, whom appear to have been marching without my command at the behest of my son. So that much which you told me seems to be true. I have told them to return home. There is no need for them here in the city. We have the city guard and...
Not so fast, maybe.
Excuse me?
Not so fast, maybe? Might want to cancel those ravens or send some more.
You can't cancel a raven. What do you mean? What are you talking about here? It seems as though, other than the strange blood magic business with Renfred, which by the way, I'm not convinced that he wasn't responsible for. That's everything else as well in the city.
I'm gonna elbow Polaris real quick, like, watch this, and be like, oh, I know that it's indicative of homosexual tendencies for a man to do something as brazen as call upon his father's troops without his knowledge, right, Sir Patrick, about your homosexual tendencies, right?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly.
Yeah. And
his father shrugs non-committally as though it doesn't matter to him too much.
Yeah, but he was right. He was right. We're gonna maybe need those troops because he was also so bold as to tell us that he might know where Sir Renfred is, and that we might need a lot of men to retrieve him.
I am afraid I'm not understanding a word of this.
Right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. You mean to
so
tell
we
me
should
that...
probably get those men back, right, Sir Patrick?
He nods again. So you mean to tell me that you know where Sir Renfred is? You here? Or my son does?
Sir Patrick told us before he was carted off last night.
And
He's
what
at
did
Castle
he tell
Dumire.
you?
He's at Castle Dumire, right, Sir Patrick?
He nods again.
Your son
And-
is wildly in love with me. He proposed to me. Everyone saw it.
Right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods. Well, be that as it may, it seems as though the two of you had something of a falling out last night. I called my son saying that you had tricked him into this, and that seemed to cause this whole debacle.
He had second
Tricks can
thoughts.
be forgiven in the light of love, right, Sir Patrick?
He nods dumbly.
He knew that I'm of a lower station than him, and once he saw the crowd's reaction, he reacted hastily.
I see. I think I understand what's going on here. And who am I to stand in the way of true love?
Right?
Yeah, as
I'll
true
link
of
my
love
arm
as one can have with
with-
homosexual tendencies, right, Sir Patrick?
He nods dumbly.
I am leading him on the path of righteousness. My holy vagina will show him the way.
By the Emperor's grace, I hope that it does. But,
As do I.
son, he puts his hand on his shoulder, a fatherly hand. Whoever you want to be in this world, I want you to be that person. I think you know that your mother and I, we had our differences, and along the way we had several different friends of varying backgrounds. And
I like his dad so much.
us here, I am not one to judge you like others might. I'm pleased to hear that you may be taking a wife. Of course, I want grandchildren running round Chapmire Estate one day, but...
And I have a very fertile womb.
It's good to hear you have childbearing hips.
I do.
She does.
You need fear no judgment from me, son. I'm pleased to understand you better, the real you. And this business with Renfred, Castle Dumire, that's not
Yeah, something
Based on
blood
the-
magic. something Dewmeyer.
Yeah.
I was a little hazy, just a barmaid witnessing a duel. Gosh, I caught me a case of the vapors.
Perhaps whatever magic happened to Sir Renfred captured my son for a moment, and he was able to see clearly the truth of these events.
Perhaps.
Of course, my son could not be involved in any such blood magic himself. It seems as though he saw the truth of the matter. Yes?
That's got to be it, right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Good. Good.
So we ought to send forces to Dewmeyer then, right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Lord.
So the Ravens undo them, maybe.
Well, I don't think an old abandoned castle will require 1,000 troops to be among it. Even if
oh no, Sir Patrick told us. Sir Patrick told us it was pretty heavily armed, guarded. Right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly.
He said he saw a vision.
Well, perhaps the reason my son called for these troops to be here was to protect the city. He knew that something was going on here. Is that right, son?
No.
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Yes, yes.
Sir
Yes,
Patrick. Patrick, my love, my darling, light of my life. Didn't you tell me that you were going to seize the city for me, for my love, as a wedding present?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. The boy doesn't know what he's saying. He's clearly not well in the head right now.
He proposed to me.
Why don't we just shuffle this matter aside for now?
I agree. It's not important. Even if that were the case, Renfred isn't here anymore, so the problem is dealt with. We'll retrieve Renfred in our own time. Yes, in our own time.
No, I think it's important that we retrieve Renfred like today. Right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Lord Philippe says, I'm afraid I'm not convinced, son. After all, if Renfred were found quickly, he may say some things which could be damaging to the family name.
Sir Patrick.
Even.
To which you will graciously forgive, right, Sir Patrick?
Yeah.
Sir Patrick nods dumbly.
Sir,
Be that
is it
as it may, Lord Philippe, yes. Goodness.
Lord Philippe, before your son proposed to me, did you have eyes on me at all? Or on Sir Renfred?
Eyes? I'm no spy master, no.
Well, he kissed me upon the cheek. That was what drove your son into action to propose to me. He was afraid that my attention was waning.
I see.
Because I am good friends with Sir Renfred. And if I explain to him how this is all a huge misunderstanding, all will be forgiven. All will be understood as just a large misunderstanding, because there are greater matters at hand. There is a blood plague at our doorstep. No one wishes to sully themselves with these internal squabbles when there are such grandeur issues at work. And I know he will forgive any simple trespasses by your son as soon as he is returned to his rightful place.
Roll me a charm here. And he is a higher status than you.
Yeah, so I get a plus 20.
Are you drunk?
No, but I get a plus 20 for my silver tongue.
The lowborn thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nice. 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I think you might be right. Renfred is a good man. Even whatever trespasses my son has made against him, I think you're right. And even if he's in trouble, it is our sworn duty by the Emperor's will to get him out of it. What can you tell me
And your
about
son-
Castle Dumire, then? What has my son spoken to you?
Lots of men. Lots and lots of men. Cultists, dangerous. Renfred doesn't have much time. Something, blood magic, right, Sir Patrick?
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Lord Philippe says, very well. Then I shall marshal the troops here in the city, and then we'll march on the morrow to Castle Dumire.
We're afraid that might be too late for Sir Renfred.
We'll need a day to prepare. A day to prepare is perfect.
A day to prepare is
That's
perfect, but
Most
if
time
there's
we,
anything that can be done immediately, if a raven could be sent to any troops that still might be there, any men of action who might be manning the walls, if they could be notified to stand down against Sir Renfred if they are holding him, that would be greatly appreciated.
very well. I'll make sure to send out the Raven. I'm sure I would have been informed if someone had found him already, but the troops are coming from the south, so will not have reached Castle Dumire yet. Their first destination will be here, I assume. And I'll make sure of that now. And then we'll send them to Castle Dumire, and we'll see what we can find there. Another matter before we are done here at this business, and I should mention that I see no reason to have you under house arrest any longer, but I would very much like for you to stay within the city.
Oh, absolutely. We intend to help recover Sir Renfred.
Good. We found Renfred's men returned, said they had found some people that I think might be friends of yours. The Blackhearts. We're keeping them in rooms down here. A woman and a man. Both are quite badly injured. Seems as though witch hunters, well, they are not the kindest jailers.
We should maybe have them examined by Dr. Phineas at once.
Dr. Phineas is already on the matter, don't worry.
Excellent.
He said that they should survive, although it's best you see their injuries yourselves.
Okay.
Patrick, my love, my darling, light of my life, apple of my eye. I would never have your integrity questioned again. Will you sign this? And I'll pass in front of him the book that I used to write my limericks, but on a page is written, I do, Sir Patrick, is Dumire his last name?
Chatmeyer.
Declare my everlasting love and devotion to the light of my life, Danielle, whoso carries this letter, and never let it be said again that I doubt her station and birth or my devotion to her. she has my heart.
Lord Philippe says, maybe it's best to wait until my son is fully recovered before he signs it.
He's recovered. And I'm so sorry, Sir Philippe, but he put my integrity into question. And I love your son, but I need assurances.
Big charm. You do get a plus 20 because he's higher station.
Yep.
Big roll right now.
55.
So with a plus 20, what's your charm score at the moment?
That's a good question.
Roll for proposal.
61.
61 plus 20 is 81, so it's a success by 5. So, by 6, rather. Lord Philippe says, very well, I understand. It would be good to have new blood in the family. About time my son settled down. And Sir Patrick Chapmeyer signs the piece of paper. And as Sir Patrick signs a piece of paper saying that he will marry Danny. I think that's how we're on tonight's episode of Zweihander Blackhearts. Oh boy. Man, you have a lot to thank Dr. Phineas for.
That was an eventful meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. That is exciting. So
Lady
Danny-
Blackheart, kill it.
Yeah, you guys have nailed
We get
it.
shit done.
Yeah, we do.
And you know how to get that proposal. Damn. You will now be, if all goes to plan, and bear in mind, 24 hours later, Sir Patrick comes out of his stupor. You'll be Danny Chapmeyer.
It's
Lady
I don't want to be.
Daniel
I
Chap.
don't want him to defile my good name. I suppose.
Hey, marrying into wealth and power is totally a thing. Like that's signing up to being, basically a millionaire. So, hey, good move. Yeah, but that's all we've got time for tonight. We'll be back at next week at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern every Friday. If you want to come watch us here on the Blackhearts, definitely come tune in for the next episode because, man, it seems like we're going to have a wedding to plan soon here as well. So let's go around cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves tonight? Where can we find you online? Danny, well played tonight. How's that for you? And Kimmy, how's that for you and Danny?
That was amazing, as per usual. Holy crap. Zweihander is an amazing system. Like, wow. I only have D&D as a good reference, but Zweihander is fantastic. Just the things you can do with it are incredible. So I am loving this game. I'm loving this system. You can find me at Miss Kimmy D85 on Twitter. But as I've said the last few weeks, not that I'm not incredibly impressive in my own right, my fiance is very impressive, and he is at AlexNeat, AlexNiEdt, and he does some incredible music composition. And if you want to follow him, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Fantastic. Doxy, how's that
Hi.
tonight for you and Persephone Hilda Bangers?
All of us
That's
had fun. We particularly loved making out with Polaris last night. That was hot.
10 out of 10.
I really am enjoying becoming this weird behind the scenes puppet master. It feels really good. I like it a lot. Anyway, I'm Zero Doxy. I'm a disgusting human being, but you want to follow me anyway, right, Sir Patrick? You can find me at ZERODOXY on Twitter or ZER0DOXY on Twitch or YouTube.
Sir Patrick nods dumbly. Lydia, how's that tonight for you and Polaris?
It was so awesome. I loved the All Babes episode. This was so much fun. I am excited next week to have Charlie back and to have Nick back, and hopefully we'll be able to really, really advance things. It's super exciting. I love where it's going. I think that Polaris is probably struggling a little bit with everyone having to like be behind the scenes puppet masters because she is like registered with paperwork and like like to like have things be orderly, and they're just not.
Right, feeling straight. Yeah.
I don't like, she's clever enough to like learn spells and study them, but I don't think she's clever enough to like orchestrate what Danny just did at breakfast. Anyways, if you'd like, you can find me online. I am at CastleMacLydia on Twitter. I play D&D and other fun games in my basement. I play pretend down there with my friends and family. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/CastleMac. That does it. That's me.
That'll do it. That'll wrap stuff up. Oh, you can go follow Ruben as well at Mox Ruby on Twitter.
Yeah.
You ought to. He's really great. I watched him recently, and it was super fun.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's awesome, and so is Doxy, and they are both going to appear on the D&D Live stream.
Yeah, that's going to be so cool.
But I'm going to be fully decked out in cosplay for the first time ever, which is really exciting, too. I got sclero contacts. They're a bitch. They're a bigger bitch than Persephone.
That's not possible.
I put eye contacts in my eyes once, and everything was flame and fire and ruin. Never do that. It was the worst. 2 giant meatballs in my fucking skull. It's what happened.
Yeah, it's weird for your eyes to have texture. And they definitely do when you're wearing sclera contacts.
When they're like
100%.
Gritty, meaty eyeballs. Mm-hmm. That's the image we'll leave you with tonight on Zweihander Blackheart, is meaty eyeballs. So enjoy. Yeah. Hey. So we'll be back. Actually, I don't think we'll be showing tomorrow this weekend. Actually, we'll be back next week. This is the end of our season for all of the other shows on the channel. Zweihander goes on forever. But next week we've got a bunch of new shows starting on the channel. So I'm taking this weekend to park and chill before a really busy next week. So we'll see you guys on Monday. But until next time, try not to roll too many now ones. You want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye. Does this make me a Blackhearts babe? I think it does.
Yeah, you're one of the babe hearts, Will.
No, never.
Ever.